Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another InfoSec Hub video, and today we're going to talk about an IDS, Intrusion Detection System. And this is one of the most easiest to understand pictures that I can find. An IDS is placed in front of the firewall. So an IDS, Intrusion Detection System. The name speaks for itself. It detects intrusions. So possible intrusions are detected and it's reported. That's the only thing that it does. So it gives you logging, and the other system, the IPS, which I will cover as well, prevents intrusion prevention system. So the IDS might detect something and the IPS might close the connection, it might close the port, or might is able to prevent this intrusion from actually causing damage, if that makes any sense. So we start over here at the left. We have all the endpoints, so either a laptop or desktop, network, phone, tablet, printer. It's all connected to the network. This is the internal network. And here we have the IDS. So every request from this endpoint going through the IDS, going through the firewall, going through the router onto the internet. And then, of course, there's a web server there or some kind of service, web service. And then it returns over the router, back through the firewall, through the IDS. And here in this IDS, it's basically the network traffic is monitored for suspicious behavior. It analyzes what's going on and it issues warnings when suspicious activity is detected. And this can be for a number of reasons. And the rule set is basically set up in the firewall because an IDS and a firewall are cooperating together. But this is just really for detecting intrusions. And this can be through automated scripts. It can even be, a person on the other side can be a hacker. Let's say, for instance, that they are trying to access support on a endpoint here that is, I should say different. Ports are defined here within the firewall. So you can say port 80, port 443, and port 21 and port 22, they are allowed. Anything else is blocked. Then still, you can disguise network traffic going through port 80, and then when it comes out of the firewall, it is another port. So it disguises itself. This is a detection that something is off, and then it's triggered by the IDS. If the IDS says this is really suspicious, then it will send over this information to the IPS, and then the IP and the IP in the ports that is tried to connect to is blocked. The connection is blocked, so they cannot reach the internal network, and it cannot reach the endpoint in turn. So this is really a quick overview of what an IDS is. Works together with the firewall, is placed behind the firewall, and the router is just there to connect to the internet. All the requests go through there. So basically, this is the dirty internet. It comes back over the router, which is just a network device. It does some filtering here on the firewall to see if it's legitimate traffic, if it follows the rule set within the firewall, and then the IDS goes into the packets and to the behavior a little bit deeper. So there's more intelligence in an IDS than the firewall. So hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions about this, please let me know. I did some videos on pfSense and OpenSense many years ago. Those are open source packages for anyone to incorporate an IDS and IPS into their network as well. Primarily, it's a firewall open source, but you can also download additional packages for an IDS IPS. I'm not a network engineer. I told you that many times. But the benefits of this is great because on a network level, you can already prevent things from happening. And with this, you kind of offload the CPU load to a central point in your network and not onto your endpoint. So all the calculation, all the inspection is done in the firewall IDS and not on the endpoint itself. On the endpoint, you can still have antivirus running or anything, but you don't need to be dealing with a firewall locally. You do that on the network. So all the endpoints in your network are protected now. And that's actually the way it's supposed to be. Thanks for watching. We see you in the next video.